welcome to Local 23 News Midday. I'm Brenda Matuti. New at 11, this just in from Pennsylvania. The Trump campaign has earned a legal victory, entitling them access to closer viewing of the tabulation process or vote counting. It's the result of a Pennsylvania Commonwealth court ruling this morning, allowing party and candidate observers to get as close as 6 feet away to watch election workers process mail-in ballots. This reverses a judge's ruling from Wednesday, which said the officials were doing enough given COVID restrictions.
This is a win for every person who's cast a legal ballot in the state of Pennsylvania. We're going to go in here right now. We're going to start watching what's going on, not from 30 feet away, not from 100 feet away, from 6 feet away. This is a win, and what you will see is the Democrats are going to try and stop this from happening. They're going to appeal this decision because they don't want the American people to know what's going on in here. It's time to go in and put some light on what's happening.
2 days after the election, the eyes of the nation remain on a handful of states continuing to process ballots. Election workers are working around the clock in Fulton County, Georgia, to make sure ballots are opened and counted properly. Election officials there say they're in the final stretch, with some 10,000 ballots still needing to be processed.
We're going to make sure that we get all the envelopes opened and all the ballots counted.
Other states that have yet to be called include Alaska, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Nevada, North Carolina. Meanwhile, here's what officials are saying in Arizona.
The bulk of the remaining ballots to be counted are early ballots that voters dropped off on election day at polling places. So they still they're in the process of being signature verified before they can be tabulated.
Now, tensions are running high as thousands of mail-in votes are being counted to determine who won that presidential election. Counting each and every legal vote is a rallying cry now for tens of thousands of protesters nationwide. Here's NBC's Tom Costello with the latest.
On the streets of America, a united call to count every vote. From Durham, North Carolina, to Philadelphia, to New York City.
Unless the people stand up and make it clear that every vote has to count, the election will be stolen.
And from election officials across the country, a pledge to do their duty.
In Pennsylvania, every vote is going to count.
We're trying to make sure that every ballot is counted.
My entire office is ready to do what it needs to do in order to defend the right to vote and to ensure every vote is counted.
But in Detroit, a crush of protesters, some claiming to be poll examiners, chanting "Stop the vote," while trying to storm a ballot counting facility before guards turned them back.
If they thought they were going to intimidate or stop anyone from doing their job inside the TCF Center, then they don't know Detroit.
Matt Sanderson, a Republican election legal analyst, says counting all of the votes always takes time.
American voters have made a very important decision, and it's important that the election officials take their time and go according to the rules.
The president's apparent legal strategy, a legal battleground blitz. His campaign filing lawsuits in Georgia, Nevada, and Michigan. And in Pennsylvania, it's a full court press.
We are going to continue the lawsuit here. We're going to bring a second one, and then we're going to bring a federal lawsuit.
The campaign filing multiple lawsuits focusing on everything from stopping the vote count to demanding better access to the counting process for Republican observers. That was quickly rejected by a state court. The president making it clear he is in a legal fight.
Also, an update on those 300,000 missing mail-in ballots that the Postal Service was looking for. The Postal Service now says they were never lost because their delivery to election offices was expedited. They bypassed a normal scanning process, and all were delivered on time. All right, now let's get a